So, guys, the Premier of Gauteng, Lesufi, has essentially come out to admit that the ANC has failed. They have failed to even protect the people of this country, because when we look at this issue of illegal immigration, this is something that should have been dealt with a long time ago, and the government failed to do that. This is exactly what Panyaza Lesufi is alluding to. And me, as an average South African, I don't understand. How is it possible that these people are sitting in the government can be comfortable with the fact that this country is being invaded? Because this is exactly what is happening right now. This country is being invaded, and the people that has the powers to do something about it, they are sitting on their hands on papers. And the craziest part is that the very same people are expecting you as average South Africans to pay for these people's healthcare, to pay for their protection, to pay for their shelter. And many of these people that are coming into this country illegally, they are committing heinous crimes and they go to jail. And guess who is footing the bill? You are footing the bill as an average South African. You are footing the bill. And I guess this is the reason why there have been videos on social media, people on the ground taking the matters into their own hands. And these people that are taking the matters into their own hands, they are not doing that because they want to be popular. They are not doing that because they want to trend on social media. They are doing that because the situation is dire on the ground. The situation is dire on the ground. You know, the politicians, they like to stand there and actually advocate for something. And what they advocate for, they don't live in the consequences of what they advocate for. We, as average South Africans, we live in the consequences of what the politicians advocate for. Absolute madness, man.
Time will tell. I want us to go to another big service delivery issue, and you've spoken out about this. But how would you say your province needs to handle the issue of non-South Africans needing access to healthcare? They've been previously blocked. It's obviously a big concern. Our constitution is very clear. How are you going to handle this, Premier?
I still feel that we've mismanaged.
But what is the constitution saying about the South Africans paying for the people that are in the country illegally? What is the constitution saying? Because it seems like this constitution of theirs only protects illegal immigrants over South Africans. Can South Africans actually use the same constitution to say that, guys, we don't want to pay for these people's healthcare, we don't want to pay for these people's shelters, we don't want to pay for the security of these people, because we believe that our taxes should actually work for South Africans instead of the people that are getting into this country? And you see the mainstream media, sometimes they invite these people that are coming outside of the country to insult the South Africans. This has become a norm to the mainstream media, to invite the illegal immigrants and their NGOs to insult South Africans and to tell South Africans that they must continue paying. They must continue paying, and South Africans must stop being xenophobic. Man.
Time will tell. I want us to go to another big service delivery issue, and you've spoken out about this. But how would you say your province needs to handle the issue of non-South Africans needing access to healthcare? They've been previously blocked. It's obviously a big concern. Our constitution is very clear. How are you going to handle this, Premier?
I still feel that we've mismanaged it, all of us. And I don't want to point a finger at any leave of government. We mismanaged this matter badly. The signals have been there, and I don't think that we responded with the necessary speed. We're very agile in dealing with it. You can't have people that you don't know who they are in our own country. It's not only a risk for our security, but a sudden mushroom of people that own businesses. You don't know where they buy their stock. You don't know where they deposit that particular stock or where they bank. And suddenly we have people that are staying in our informal settlement in our communities that we can't account for as a country. That we don't know how they arrived here, what they do.
I mean, like, what does Panyaza Lesufi say when he says that they don't know how they arrived here? They jumped the borders, man. What do you mean you don't know how they arrived here? What do you mean? What do you mean? We don't know how they arrived here. They get into this country illegally. And they are operating the businesses, and there's nothing that you guys are doing. Guys, remember last time when there was that thing of children dying because of eating this contaminated food from these Somalis and the Bangladeshis. Instead of the president actually doing something about it, he said, no, we are going to give these people a couple of months to register their businesses. So we are going to give these people licenses to actually kill South Africans. This is what Ramaphosa did. Ramaphosa did not say that, no, wait a minute. How can these people operate in this country like this? And why are these people operating in the townships like this? And where do these people get their stock? Where are these people banking? No, these are not the questions that were raised. But he said that we are going to give these people licenses. Basically giving these people licenses to kill South Africans. And Panyaza Lesufi cannot sit there and pretend like they don't know how these people operate businesses in this country. There's something sinister that is happening in this country that South Africans are not seeing, man. I feel like this whole thing of illegal immigration, there's a whole sinister motive behind it. There is...
Time will tell. I want us to go to another big service delivery issue, and you've spoken out about this. But how would you say your province needs to handle the issue of non-South Africans needing access to healthcare? They've been previously blocked. It's obviously a big concern. Our constitution is very clear.
Of course, this is a concern. And it's easy for the people in the mainstream media to say that, no, South Africans that are stopping these people from accessing the healthcare is a concern and it is a problem. Because these people are not using the public healthcare facilities. They are using the private healthcare facilities. They have the medical aids. Unlike you and I have to go to the public hospitals, these people have the medical aids. That's why they are bashing the people on the ground for actually blocking these people from accessing the healthcare, because they are not using those hospitals. They are not using those hospitals. They are not using those clinics. They are using the private clinics and they are using the private hospitals. That's why it is easy for them to get on television and start bashing South Africans for even saying that, no, we cannot afford to give these people healthcare. That's why it is easier for them to do that. They are the elites. They are the elite and they are speaking from the position of privilege. And they want the South Africans to actually understand that privilege of theirs, which is absolute nonsense.
Time will tell. I want us to go to another big service delivery issue, and you've spoken out about this. But how would you say your province needs to handle the issue of non-South Africans needing access to healthcare? They've been previously blocked. It's obviously a big concern. Our constitution is very clear. How are you going to handle this, Premier?
I still feel that we've mismanaged it, all of us. And I don't want to point a finger at any leave of government. We mismanaged this matter badly. The signals have been there, and I don't think that we responded with the necessary speed. We're very agile in dealing with it. You can't have people that you don't know who they are in our own country. It's not only a risk for our security, but a sudden mushroom of people that own businesses. You don't know where they buy their stock. You don't know where they deposit that particular stock or where they bank. And suddenly we have people that are staying in our informal settlement in our communities that we can't account for as a country, that we don't know how they arrived here, what they do. We don't even have a database of their details, their fingerprints, their ID. If it's not a level of recklessness, I don't understand how to characterize it, or I would not know how to characterize it. So we have to deal with it head on, and we need to come with new methods to deal with it. To stop people from going to clinics and other things might be a piecemeal solution for those that believe it will assist them. But the reality is we are invaded by people that we don't know,
Yes.
we can't account for, we don't know why they're here, we don't know how they came here, and we don't even know their agenda. And if we allow government just to allow that huge number of people just to be where they are, it's a problem. You go to prisons, almost half of our prisons, I'm told, it's people that we don't even know where they come from, and they've committed serious crimes. So my attitude is to say we understand those that have taken the actions that they've taken. I think they're frustrated, but we need a bigger agenda as government. And I really believe that the sooner we do this urgently, even if to review our legislation, our laws, and also to review our border management systems, and also to put the necessary resources and come with new creative ideas on how best to manage the people that are in our country that we don't know who they are, where they come from, and why they're here.
So I don't
You don't have to manage them. Just deport them. There's no need for you to manage them. And guys, it is unfair, man. Like on South African taxpayers, it is totally unfair that this is what the taxpayers of this country are paying for. You have South Africans that are going to bed without food. You have the children that don't have uniforms. You have the students that cannot even get their diplomas in the universities and what. And this is the money that could actually be used for that. But South African taxpayers are paying for criminals to go to jail. South African taxpayers are paying for illegal immigrants to commit crimes in this country, and they are feeding them in jail. They are feeding them in jail. You don't need to manage these people that are in the country illegally. You don't need to manage them. You just need to deport them. You need to deport them. There's no two ways about it. You cannot manage them. You cannot. And I wonder how long is it going to take before they start calling Panyaza Lesufi a xenophobic, because this is the line that mainstream media actually takes when you start saying things that Panyaza Lesufi is saying about these people and that are in the country illegally. And in the same time, I cannot take Panyaza Lesufi seriously because this guy is a politician. He says what he feels like, he says what he thinks South Africans want to hear. But look at what he's doing. You know, when you look at the politicians, what they say and what they do are two different things. This guy is the premier of Gauteng, and he has allowed the illegal immigrants to turn Johannesburg into a hellhole. The Johannesburg CBD right now, it is a hellhole. It is a stinking hellhole. It is a stinking hellhole that has buildings that have been hijacked by illegal immigrants under the watch of Panyaza Lesufi. So for him to sit there and pretend like, no, this is an issue that we should deal with seriously. Man, he's just saying all of these things because he wants South Africans to actually feel like they are trying to do something about it. But when you look at his governance, when you look at how they are doing things in Gauteng there, you can see that these people are actually pro whatever that is happening. They are actually pro whatever that is happening. This is what we are dealing with in South Africa. This is what we are dealing with in South Africa, man. It is so frustrating, man. It is so frustrating. This is not even supposed to be a conversation. It was not even supposed to be a debate. Can you just imagine if we could have a president that would actually stand there and say that, guys, we are starting with the mass deportations. We are taking people out. And these people that have occupied the buildings illegally in the middle of the cities in this country, because this thing is not only happening in Johannesburg. This thing is also happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere where you see buildings being hijacked by the people that are in the country illegal. Can you imagine if we can actually have a president that is going to say that is going to stop today? Because from today, we are mass deporting the people that are in this country illegal. We are putting the soldiers on the borders and nobody is coming into this country illegal. No. Just imagine, man. Just imagine. Just imagine, but we have the people that are tiptoeing around the issues that they should go head on. They are tiptoeing around these issues. They are tiptoeing.
I want to misquote you, Premier, but what are you saying about those that are seeking access to healthcare that are undocumented? Should they be helped?
Of course, the mainstream media will always be on the side of the illegal immigrants. Man, go home. Go home. And one thing that South Africans hate the most about these people that are supposedly seeking for the medical health care is that their entitlement, the videos are there. The videos are there of these people that are in this country illegally and basically disrespecting our nurses, disrespecting our healthcare workers. They disrespect them. They don't see them as anything. Nobody is saying nothing about the abuse that the nurses and the doctors are suffering in the hands of these illegal immigrants. But we have to understand that no, they need healthcare. They need healthcare. They need healthcare. Come on.
Yeah, but what are you saying about those that are seeking access to healthcare that are undocumented? Should they be helped in Gauteng hospitals?
Unless we have changed the issues that I'm raising now, which is regulations, which is the necessary laws and other things, to do that, might sound good ethically. It might sound good to those that are championing this a particular campaign, and might sound good for them on the basis that they've identified this element. But where we stand as government, we also suffer the same pain because we can't do budgeting because we don't know who's coming. We don't know who's here, who's not here. And the numbers that we have are also going beyond our budget. Therefore, it can't be a piecemeal solution by those that are stopping them. It needs a collective approach, both government, NGOs, political parties that have an interest on this issue, to say how best can we deal with this issue so that we can be in a position to elevate the pain and the misery that our people are going through.
Now, you guys just want an excuse to sit down and have conversations. You want the national dialogue of Ramaphosa so bad. This is what you guys want. This is what you guys want. It's easy. Deport the people that are in the country illegally. You don't have to sit down with the politicians and discuss how we're going to deal with. No, just deport these people that are in the country illegally. Boom. You've solved like 80% of these problems that we are dealing with illegal immigrants. You've solved them. But no, these people want to sit down and they want to have conversations while the South Africans are struggling on the count. This is what they want to have. Absolute bonkers, guys. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. And the most important part is subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.